Hi everyone and welcome back to another lesson from Korean Studio. My name is Kim Gi-hwan. Now in Korean there are a number of different ways we can express our intention to do something in the future. But in this lesson we will focus on a couple of verb endings that we can use to talk about our intentions, future intentions, and we'll also look at some key differences between these two endings. So the main way that we talk about our future intentions, what we are planning to do in the future, is to use the ending 을 거예요. So if you wanted to ask someone, what are you going to do at the weekend? And if you wanted to answer that question and tell someone that you're going to go somewhere, I'm going somewhere with a friend, I'm meeting someone, then you would use 을 거예요. And in terms of how we add 을 거예요 to verbs, if the stem ends in a vowel, such as 가다, then we add 리을 거예요 and make 갈 거예요. Whereas if the verb stem ends in a final consonant, 받침, like 먹다, ends in a 기역 final consonant, then we add 을 거예요 and make 먹을 거예요. And we can use these verb phrases to say like, I'm gonna go somewhere, I'm going to eat something, and so on. So if someone asked you, oh, what are your plans for the weekend? Or what are you going to do at the weekend? And you want to say, oh, I'm going to Busan at the weekend. Then you would say, 저는 주말에 부산에 갈 거예요. I'm going to Busan at the weekend. 저는 주말에 부산에 갈 거예요. 주말에 means at the weekend. 부산에 means to Busan. And 갈 거예요 means going to go or I'm going somewhere. So we use 갈 거예요 to talk about plans we made, like plans that we made before the time of speaking. So these are plans that are already made. So that's how we use 을 거예요. Now, the other ending that we often use to talk about our intention to do something in the future is 으려고 하다. 으려고 하다. And so if we first look at how we add 으려고 하다 to verbs, if the stem ends in a vowel such as 가다, we just add 려고 하다 and make 가려고 하다. Whereas if the stem ends in a 받침, final consonant like 먹다, we add 으려고 하다 and make 먹으려고 하다. 먹으려고 하다. And in some ways, they're used in the same way as 을 거예요 because we use 으려고 하다 to talk about what we are planning to do in the future. So we use 으려고 하다 to talk about our future intentions. So if someone said, oh, what are you going to do at the weekend? And you're going to say, oh, I'm going to go to Busan. I'm planning to go to Busan. Then you can say, 저는 주말에 부산에 가려고 해요. I'm planning to go to Busan at the weekend. I'm gonna go to Busan at the weekend. 저는 주말에 부산에 가려고 해요. So it has a very similar meaning to 저는 주말에 부산에 갈 거예요. But the main difference between these two is that, first of all, similarly, that we use both of them to talk about plans that are decided before the time of speaking. But the main difference between 갈 거예요 and 가려고 해요 is how firm these decisions, how firm these plans are. If we say 갈 거예요, that's a very firm plan. That plan has been decided, that plan has been made. Maybe I've already bought the train tickets to go to Busan, or maybe I've bought like a hotel and I booked the hotel and maybe I've already made plans to meet someone in Busan. So the future plans and intentions that we talk about using 을 거예요 are much firmer, they're much more concrete plans. Whereas if we say 저는 주말에 부산에 가려고 해요, then that plan is something that I've thought about, but it's not a concrete, firm plan. I've sort of decided myself that I'm going to go to Busan at the weekend, but I haven't bought a train ticket, or maybe I haven't booked the hotel. So in essence, when I say 저는 주말에 부산에 가려고 해요, that plan is much easier to change than when we say 저는 주말에 부산에 갈 거예요. So that's the main difference between 갈 거예요, 가려고 해요. The firmness of the plan and whether it's whether firmness of the plan is the main thing. And the other thing is also when you say 갈 거예요, that plan is much more difficult to change. Okay, so now I hope you have a much better understanding of how we use the endings 을 거예요 and 으려고 하다 to talk about our future intentions. That's it for today, and I'll see you soon again. Bye-bye.